the Pedal Pro Fish 3.9 metre pedal powered fishing kayak from Base Sports. This is without a doubt our favourite kayak in the whole range. It is the bee's knees, it is the biggest beast, it is the most stable. It's a lot of fun to fish out of, and for good reason, one of our best sellers. Obviously, very similar, competing with the Hobie PA12 in terms of size, width and stability, and has this fantastic ability to swap between either the fin drive pedal system or the propeller drive system, which has the ability to go reverse. So this particular beast measures in at 3.9 metres in length, a huge 96 centimetres in width, so almost a metre wide, and about 40 centimetres of height. So that generous width is really from the front, just in front of the drive system, where it measures in at around 80 odd centimetres. As it makes its way down to the middle, it measures at 96, and that stays extended the whole section all the way down to the back. So that paired with the trimaran pontoon style hull and the width the whole way down to the stern of the boat makes it very, very stable, very buoyant on the water, and a perfect kayak for the bigger boys. This one here, as you can see, has a paddler of 135 kilos on it, and he felt very stable paddling. Found it very comfortable in the stadium seat, and found it very comfortable even with boat wash going past, creating some waves, very stable without much movement at all. As you can see, these side walls are very thick, very voluminous, and quite deep at 40 centimetres. So in terms of 10 out of 10 stability, the Pedal Pro Fish 3.9 is unbeatable. In terms of speed, it's not the fastest on the water. The 3.6 metre Pedal Pro Fish is significantly faster, both at picking up acceleration and also planing speed or cruising speed. However, this one can still pick up a decent amount of speed. So for those who are covering a bit of distance, it's slower to pick up speed, especially in calm, flat waters. This will be able to plane at a decent speed to cover a few kilometres. If you're going out for a few hours, it's not sluggish by any means. It's just slow to pick up some speed, but due to the length at nearly 4 metres long and the long water line, as you can see, there's not much rocker in the front or in the rear at all. It can cruise at around 8-9 kilometres an hour at maximum speed. Starting at the front, this is the largest storage capacity of any pedal fishing kayak we have. So very large in here. You've got a deeper recessed storage with a bung plug in there. So if you want to rig anything up or put anything in there and drain out water, you can. As well as like a little recessed section here. If you do want to have a little selection of lures or tackle, you can. And very simple, secure system. Any water that does flow through here goes into these internal channels, which run down the sides, follow the flow back here and down into the water, rather than going into the front hatch. These two here are for the propeller drive system to lock it in place if you opt for the propeller drive system. Or if you want to set it up with the flap drive system like we do here, it's just a matter of putting in the flap base in here or the flap adapter plate with the drive system, replacing that with the propeller base plate and the propeller drive system turns it into a completely different kayak. Up the front, as mentioned, you can stand and cast. So you've got nice little EVA strips down here to plant your feet either side. Note, they are more towards the side, but the thickness of the side walls means that even a heavier bloke putting weight on one foot, it's not going to tip the kayak over. So super good secondary stability on this one because of the thick walls, 40 centimetres high, and the trimaran pontoon hull. It comes fully decked out with track rails. As you can see, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, as well as the rear section, which doubles up as more. As we had set up here, a fishing rod holder, had a bait tackle table installed here, more fishing rod holders here, 2 flush mounted rod holders here with covers, 4 more behind you. So if you want to cast and cast for hours, take out 6 rods with you, it's got the setup ready to go. Right in front of your seat, you've also got this 20 centimetre hatch, so you can pop a tackle box in there. We do have compartment tackle boxes, so you can slot them straight in there for a perfect little fit. It's got little seals around the edges here for a nice seal to keep most of the water out, and a perfect T-lock handle to secure it closed. The seat comes with a fantastic raised aluminium stadium seat. There is the option on this model particularly to get the 360-degree stadium seat, which rotates all the way around. So you can swivel your seat around, access your fishing crate or whatever you want in the back, and then swivel back around. It's called the EPT seat on our website, and that fits on all of our models of pedal fishing kayaks. You do have some more EVA deck on the front here as well, so you can stand and cast if you want it at an elevated position. Or if you're getting off from a jetty, you can step down onto here and then jump into the main cockpit. On the left-hand side of the seat, you've got the rudder steering control arm to go left and right, controlling the rudder system underneath the kayak. Drink bottle holder on the side here, as well as two very sturdy grab handles. It's definitely a two-man lift, this one. So grabbing the handles at the front or the sides. You've got a slot down the side on the right-hand side, which is perfect for your tackle box. It's quite deep and it's the standard size for a tackle box, so you can have quick access to it there. You can also store tackle or gear behind your seat as well. There's very much more storage on the left-hand side here for any other gear that you want to take out with you and store securely down the sides here. As we move into the rear section, you can see this is the largest storage well on any kayak in the whole Pedal Pro range. You've got the adjustable bungee cord, the adjustable track rails in here, so you can really move these along to suit your configuration and your setup. You can remove them all together as well, simply by unclipping them and remove them from the kayak. But this is enormous. You could even fit another person sitting off the back if you want to take out a mate with you. There's plenty of room. You could sit back to back while they cast. It has a huge weight capacity as well. You could probably take out a paddler up to about 160 kilos in weight, 170 kilos max. It has an enormous weight carrying capacity. In the rear, you also have access to the internal cockpit. So if you're going to set up an electric motor on this one, which a lot of people are doing because of the sheer size of it, and you want to get places quicker, you can mount your electric motor off the back through a clamp mount off the stern, or you can do a off the side mount, or we've got the new electric motors which will go in the middle pod from Bay Sports. So if you need to run your electrics through the hull, you can access it and put all the wiring through here, as well as accessing it through the front hatch. So it's just 4 screws there. You've got drainage plugs in the rear to get any water that pools out. In the back, you have the pod housing for the rudder control cables. So turning the rudder system left and right, for example. And in the rear, you've got a circular mount with 2 screw inserts there. You can put anything in here, but a really good idea is, say, a safety flag. So if you're going out in the ocean, which these are very capable to, and you want to have, if you're in the bottom of a trough, going up to a peak and then down in a trough, you can obviously disappear to some other boats on the horizon. So having a safety flag is a really good idea. And there's a special groove here to mount one of those. What we like as well is the grab handles at the back. It's a 2-person lift. Obviously 1 person with a kayak trolley, but for 2 people, there's really nice, plenty of room so your knuckles don't hit here, so you can lift and carry this to the water's edge and back to your vehicle or home. A unique thing about the Pedal Pro 3.9 model is this fantastic dual blade rudder system. So as you can see here, it looks similar to the one on our 2.5 meter Pedal Pro, but simply pulling out this pin deploys the second rudder. So this gives a lot more depth, which further assists with the tracking as the water is coming through the channels underneath the hull and past the rudder for the maximum turning speed and maneuverability. So this second blade here just retracts, also made of a plastic material, and just the combination of this directional and this directional, and the combination of the horizontal and the vertical blades in tandem with the water running through the channels underneath the hull adds to your pedaling, allowed this big 3.9 meter heavy beast of a kayak to still turn in a relatively small turning circle. Putting it back up by hand, you just simply insert this pin, which has got a little push button in it, slot it in its spot, and that'll hold it securely. For transporting the kayak on your roof, it's fine like this. However, if you want to remove the rudder blade altogether, you just simply remove it from the top, remove the housing cover, and the rudder system just drops out so that you don't damage it.